Columbus is in many ways an embodiment of Western civilization. He's a self-made man, an intrepid explorer, the admiral of the ocean sea, deeply, devoutly Catholic, spread the gospel, really great guy. And so people hate Columbus for that. There was a TikTok that just went viral. I'm not on TikTok yet myself, but I see them posted all around. And so here is a young individual of sort of androgynous presentation going out and saying that if you defend Columbus, you're evil, you're racist, you're stupid, and you're uneducated. So he's going to educate us.
No matter what I say, there's still going to be that person that celebrates Columbus today. You Trump supporters are all for Donald Trump building this wall, right? You want the immigrants banned so badly, but let me educate you. Illegal immigration started with Columbus. And here are the facts.
Okay, how's that?
Columbus came to their land, and he was not welcome there. When he arrived, the indigenous...
This is one frustrating slogan from the left. They say, America's had immigrants from the very beginning because all the settlers who came here were immigrants. No, they weren't. They were settlers. They were conquerors is what they were. That's different. That's different than immigration. I understand there's some similarity here, but it's not that Columbus applied to the Taino or Carib, border agency, right? He came and he interacted somewhat peaceably with some of them and then conquered others of them. And that's what happened. That's what the Spaniards did. Very different sort of thing. And by the way, indigenous people conquer other indigenous people. We talk about the Lakota who had Mount Rushmore. They had the Black Hills, and they always whine and complain about how the Americans took the land from them, their sacred, wonderful land. Well, the Lakota only had the Black Hills starting in 1776, and they took it from other Native American tribes, including the Cheyenne. So do we give it back to the Lakota or do we give it back to the Cheyenne? We'll get to more on that in a second. First, I got to tell you about my meat. When was the last time you think you had American meat? Well, you probably think you just had it. You go to the grocery store, you just assume you're getting American meat. Sometimes it says local meat. Yeah, it's local to Latin America. It's local from far away. Did you know that over 80% of the grass-fed beef sold in the United States is imported from other countries, from overseas very often? Well, GoodRanchers.com has made it safe, convenient, easy, and delicious to get your favorite meat, top quality meat, to help out the American farmer and rancher. GoodRanchers.com delivers American craft beef and better than organic chicken. They've got T-bones, fillets, strips, gourmet burgers. I love all their stuff, but the burgers, oh my gosh, they're so juicy and delicious. You get steakhouse quality at a price that every family can afford. Go to GoodRanchers.com/Knowles right now. Save $20, or better yet, subscribe and save on each box of mouth-watering American meats that will show up on schedule right to your door. That is $20 off and free express shipping if you go to GoodRanchers.com/Knowles or use code Knowles at checkout. $20 off, free express shipping at GoodRanchers.com/Knowles. The Native Americans are people, right? They are human beings. And I think we diminish them when we pretend that they're just some like pets or animals or something living in this peaceable harmony. No, they were men conquering other men, just like happens in the West and the East and everywhere else. And in the case of Columbus and the Spaniards, the Western civilization conquered their native tribes. And in many cases, that was a very good thing because those tribes were up to a lot of bad stuff, including widespread human sacrifice and cannibalism and all other manner of evil.
You know, when Arawak people of Native America, they didn't kick him out. They didn't ban him. They didn't build a wall. They didn't say he didn't belong there. They welcomed him with open arms. They shared their resources and culture with him.
That's not quite true. Some of them were amiable, but others were
to murder
bellicose.
them, to steal from them. You want to talk about looting during Black Lives Matter protests? He was one of the first looters. Not only did he steal their land, he stole their culture, and he forced his cultural practices on them.
No, he didn't steal their culture, he abolished
Columbus was
it.
never a hero. He was always a villain. Stop believing the lies.
He was always a villain. So he's saying, I guess the claim here is that it's bad to go in and cancel other people's cultures, right? But the left that makes this argument wants to cancel the Western culture and take down our statues and take down our heroes and take down the things that we believe, and including the statues of Christopher Columbus, but other people as well. So then it doesn't just become this cultural relativistic argument. It becomes this idea that the indigenous culture was really good, and there were some nice aspects of it. They invented cigars, for instance, and there were some bad aspects of it, like ritual cannibalism and widespread human slaughter and sacrifice. So good parts and bad parts. But the argument from the left is the indigenous culture, good, Western civilization, greatest culture ever in the history of the world, bad. And that argument is absolutely preposterous. It reminds me of a line from Tony Soprano when his son was reading Howard Zinn's Left-Wing Crazy History, and his son started speaking ill of Columbus. I will bid you all a happy Columbus Day, and I will let Tony Soprano play us out. I'm Michael Knowles. This is The Michael Knowles Show.
His history teacher, Mr. Cushman, is teaching your son that if Columbus was alive today, he would go on trial for crimes against humanity like Milosevic in, Europe.
Your teacher said that.
It's not just my teacher, it's the truth. It's in my history book.
So you finally read a book and it's bullshit.
Tony.
Look, you had to walk in Columbus's shoes to see what he went through. People thought the world was flat, for crying out loud. Then he lands on an island with a bunch of naked savages on it. I mean, that took a lot of guts. You remember when we went to Florida, the heat, and those bugs?
Well, like it took guts to murder people and put them in chains.
He was a victim of his time.
Who cares? It's what he did.
He discovered America is what he did. He was a brave Italian explorer. And in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story.
I am so glad. It makes me feel very good to know that you liked that clip. And that's cool. You can leave a little comment, click the like, subscribe. That's great. But you can get the whole show. Okay, the entire Michael Knowles Show podcast, you can get it for free right here at YouTube. Or if you want the audio experience without any of the censorship that occasionally accompanies this wonderful platform, head on over Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, MySpace, Zanga, AOL Instant Messenger. Go subscribe to the Michael Knowles Show podcast. See you next time.